Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here to share with you my first unhaul of 2017. I am currently in the process of reading The Joy of Less, a minimalist guide to declutter, organize, and simplify by Francine J. I received this from my secret sister through a project that I participate in, and I really am enjoying this book. I think it's the perfect read for a new year. I've always wanted to downsize my belongings and my footprint, and I think that this is a great method to do it. It's based on the streamline method, and I'm just slowly making my way through this. This is not the only book I am currently reading, but as I read the first tip, it is to start over. And that means that you take everything out of a space and you reload the space. But I didn't quite do that with my bookshelves, but I took a very hard look at my bookshelves, and I'm doing a massive unhaul. I'm probably getting rid of 100 to 150 books. I'm not going to show you all of them because half of them are already loaded in my car, but these are the books in this huge bag. I don't even know if you can see it. It's so freaking heavy. This huge bag right here is just books that I put in there last night and this morning. So these are books, just looking over my bookshelves and saying, am I going to get to that book? Am I still interested in reading it? Why am I keeping multiple copies or books that I don't plan on rereading unless it's a favorite? If it's my favorite book of all time and I don't plan to reread it, I'm still going to keep it. But I'm only trying to keep books on my bookshelf that I'm actually going to read or that I haven't read yet that have the potential to become one of my favorite books of all time. Books that complete a series that I really enjoy the series. Also books that, I don't know, just books that I really want I'm keeping on my bookshelves, and I'm getting rid of everything else. Some of the books in here I would possibly read, but the thing is, for example, I'm getting rid of Throne of Glass and Queen of Shadows. I've only read Throne of Glass, and that's in paperback, and my Queen of Shadows has never been read. It's autographed, but it's in hardcover, and I want to go for one or the other. Either the hardcovers or the soft covers. I don't know which ones I'm going for yet because I can't seem to find the time to pick up the series. So I'm just going to get rid of the ones that I have. I have plenty of other books to read. I'm not even sure if I'm interested in reading it anymore, so we'll see. But let's go ahead and dive into this huge bag of books. Then I am loading these right back up and taking them to the book exchange today. So these will be gone shortly after filming this video. But let's go ahead and dive into the books. Again, this is all inspired by this book right here. So I don't know if I will be doing another unhaul this year or if I will wait until next year. But I will constantly be perusing my shelves and slimming it down to the bare minimum because I'm always buying books, I'm always receiving books, and I have just these two shelves. So the books that I have should all fit on this shelf. If they don't all fit on the shelf, like novels to read, then it's got to go. So I have Speak and Winter Girls. I love both of these books by Laurie House Anderson, but I'm not going to reread them, so they got to go. Gone Girl, not going to reread it. I enjoyed the book. I really liked it. I believe I gave it 5 stars, but it's got to go. As I mentioned, I have Throne of Glass in paperback and Queen of Shadows autographed in hardcover that I have never read. I've only read this one. Obviously, I don't have the other books in the series, so why not get rid of it? I'm also getting rid of the complete Anna and the French Kiss companion trilogy. Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After. I've read all of these. I've enjoyed all of these. These are contemporary romance, YA contemporary romance, and I enjoyed them, and that's one of my favorite genres, but I need more space on my shelves. I'm also getting rid of The Unbecoming of Myrdar and The Evolution of Myrdar. I've only read the first book. It was meh. I picked up the second book via Books for Trade, but I didn't even get a chance to read it. I don't have the third book. I don't see myself taking the time to go out and get the third book and marathoning the series, so why not just get rid of it now? I also read Playlist for the Dead, and I liked it. It was decent, but getting rid of it. I also liked Brown Girl Dreaming, which is a National Book Award winner by Jacqueline Woodson. Liked this, done in verse, very well written, very engaging, but it's just a standalone. I don't plan on rereading it. Time to go. Two other Gillian Flynn books, Dark Places and Sharp Objects. I picked up both of these from the book exchange anyway, so I'm just basically returning them. This will give you a hint as what is to come. This is Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second book in the Grisha trilogy, and I really didn't like that trilogy. I only liked the third and final book. I have a whole reading experience of that. I read it not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, and I did a whole reading experience video and where I kind of like reviewed and talked about the whole series or the whole trilogy, and it definitely wasn't one of my favorites. I really can't get into the writing. A lot of people don't understand why I don't like this, and I really don't understand it either. It has all the makings of something that I would really like, but there's just something about it that's off to me, and I don't ever plan on rereading it. None of these characters are my favorites, so it's got to go, even though I have the complete trilogy and it's going to look great next to Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, but it's got to go. So here is the third and the first book in that trilogy, Shadow and Bone and Rune and Rising. All of these are in hardcover. They're in great condition. I've only read them once, but yeah, they got to go. I am also getting rid of all of my Alexandra Bracken books. Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. I read this. I buddy read this with Sabrina from Staccaccino, and it was okay, but it definitely wasn't as great as everybody was saying it was, or at least for me. I do want to pick up Wayfair, maybe, so I'm probably just going to get it from the library. Another trilogy that I'm getting rid of is the Darkest Minds trilogy. I read and loved the Darkest Minds like maybe 3 years ago now. I don't even remember how long ago. I really did like it. I liked the powers, I liked the characters, and I liked the pacing. But unfortunately, when I read Never Fade, this book all just kind of ran together and it was a lot more slow paced. I tried picking this up and I couldn't even get into it. Like I couldn't even get past the first few pages, and it's been sitting on my shelf for well over a year, probably 2 years now, and who's got time for that? I keep saying I'm going to go back to it, but let's be honest with ourselves, I'm not going to ever get to it. I also read and enjoyed 1,000 Nights by E.K. Johnson. I did, if I remember correctly, I really did enjoy this one, but it's rather short. I don't ever plan on rereading it, so I'm just going to give it to someone else and hope they enjoy it as well. That's what a lot of these books are that I have read. Like, I want other people to enjoy them. I read Luna by Julie-Ann Peters. It was okay. It wasn't the transgender story that I was looking for, but it did have that representation in it, so I was happy to have read it. I saw this one, She Loves You, She Loves You Not, which seems like it's going to be a little bit thrillery, but I haven't even read it. I haven't gotten to it yet, and I probably won't, so I'm going to get rid of both of these, and hopefully someone will find them and love them. The Things We Knew by Catherine West. This is an adult fiction novel that I really enjoyed reading over the summer. Never plan on rereading it. The Pledge to the Secret Life of Sororities by Alexandra Robbins. I reviewed this very early on in my channel. It was probably one of the first reviews that I ever did, so it's probably a pretty horrible review, but I really did enjoy reading this. I did get some things out of it, but at the same time, I don't ever plan on rereading it, so getting rid of it. I never did read The Last Leaves Falling by Sarah Benwell. I've heard that people have enjoyed this book, but it's just been sitting on my shelves collecting dust, and I really don't see myself picking it up. It does have diversity in it in the form of ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease, but I just don't see myself getting to it, unfortunately. It's not really like pulling my attention. So maybe if I throw those diverse books out there, someone will pick them up and read some more diverse books. I read Not a Drop to Drink by Mindy McGinnis. People were raving about this book. I thought it was okay. It's only a duology. I was going to pick up the second book, but then I figured I really didn't enjoy the first one. Why would I really pay money for the second one if I could just get it from the library? And if I'm just going to get it from the library, I might as well get rid of the first one. And the next one I'm going to get rid of, I've talked about quite a bit on my channel, and that is 13 Little Blue Envelopes by Maureen Johnson. I picked this up at the thrift store for like 50 cents, a dollar, something like that. And I really did enjoy my reading experience thanks to the highlighting and the notes left inside by the previous owner. But they have, if I decide to pick up the second book that they wrote, which I don't know if I will after listening to Sylvia talk about it, they have these adorable new covers, and I would totally love to get those. So I'm going to pass this on. I also bought this Clybourne Park. It's a play. It's by Bruce Norris. This is a play that also deals with diversity in 1959, and it has a lot to do with white residents and black residents in this area of Clybourne Park. And I wanted to be in this play, so I got this, and I was like reading the script to memorize it and stuff, but I don't think I'm actually going to get the opportunity to be in the play, so I'm going to get rid of it. I also have City of Words by Stephen J. Carroll. I worked with this author to spread the word on this book. I did read it. There were some things that I liked, some things that I didn't. It is autographed inside, so I feel kind of bad giving it away, but I don't ever plan on rereading it or continuing in the series, so I might as well get rid of it. I keep dropping the books because they're all stacked over here on this couch, and it's kind of ridiculous looking. The last book that I'm going to get rid of is The Feathered Bone by Julie Cantrell, and this is an adult fiction novel set in pre-Katrina, Katrina, and kind of the aftermath of Katrina a little bit. It was a really interesting read. It's about a daughter being abducted and all of this. So it was quite interesting. I enjoyed it, but I don't ever plan on rereading it. I find that most of these books are a little bit anticlimactic after you already know what happens. So it's not like really great for a reread. So unless it was like your favorite, there's no really use in keeping it behind. So those are the books that I had in the bag. I don't even know how many it was. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 32, 4. So it's like 34 books here, and I have probably 3 times that amount already loaded in my car. So I am getting rid of quite a few books. I did, you could see some gaps in my shelf now, which is like crazy that you could just see that. And there's more like up there and then over here. It's just crazy that I'm actually seeing like space on my shelves now, which I am so excited about. A lot of you guys have said that you want to see a bookshelf tour. So once I get rid of these, and while I'm at the book exchange, I might as well use my credit to peruse for anything that I'm really interested in reading. After I do that and have like a little bit more time, I will try to sit down and do a bookshelf tour. I'm trying to decide how I want to do that. But thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel. I hope everybody's having a lovely day, and I'll see you again in my very next video. Bye!